Oh, don't sway, don't sway. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to a cold, actually snowy winter night out here in East Tennessee at the Ashtoons studio. It is late Monday night on November the 30th, 2020. And the studio smells great right now because I just started this batch of apple butter here in the slow cooker. And it's going to take about 8 hours for it to cook down. That's going to be a video to itself, so be watching for that. But yeah, it smells really great. But I thought I would also take advantage of this night off and make a video I was tagged in. And that's the 40 question challenge video. And I say I was tagged in it, but really I saw the Techno Hillbillies 40 question challenge, and I wrote in the comments that was really fun, but I really wish somebody would tag me in one of these videos. I never get tagged. And somebody came along and said, okay, fine, well, I tag you then. And so, yeah, I was tagged, but I was kind of asking for it too, so I don't know if that really counts. But at any rate, I am going to make the video, so let's get started. First question is, do I like blue cheese? Yeah, I absolutely love blue cheese to an unhealthy level. Yeah. I tried to stay a little healthier when I'm dipping my fries in a dipping sauce or you know, finding a salad dressing. I try to go balsamic vinaigrette, but yeah, the kid in me still wants to pour a lot of blue cheese over it. I can't really tell the difference between blue cheese and feta either, and I love like beet feta salads, and yeah, if anybody can tell me what is the difference between blue cheese and feta. Is it just the color? Is it the... Anyway. Alright, Coke or Pepsi? Well, I'm from Atlanta, so the default would be Coke, right? But I'm more of someone that likes to go to the flavor variants, and I don't really know if this is still out there because I stopped drinking sodas at the beginning of the year. Because I was trying to lose weight, but before that there was a Coke flavor that was an orange vanilla Coke that I absolutely loved. I don't know if it's still out there. Can't say that I remember seeing it recently, but if it's still out there, whew. I think Pepsi had a cherry Pepsi. It was okay, but Coke had a better flavor variant there with that orange vanilla. Single or taken? I am very single. Like, have been... Anyway. Whiskey, tequila, or vodka? I don't drink. Like, at all. I've never drank. But I do really like kombucha tea. Like, there's a flavor called Wild Root that when I drink it, people tell me my breath smells like beer. And I really like it. So I have a feeling if I did drink, I would just be drinking like really nasty beers all the time. It's probably a good thing I don't drink. Hot dogs or cheeseburger? Oh, definitely cheeseburger. Definitely cheeseburger. There's so many ways that you can put different things on a cheeseburger. I mean, I know you can do that with a hot dog as well. But with a cheeseburger, man, you can put a fried egg on there. You can put an apple slice on there. And a hot dog, it really just feels like garbage meat that has been pressed into a weird shape. A lot of times it just feels like the meat processor's last-ditch effort to sell every piece that they possibly can. So yeah, hot dogs, I'll eat them, but given the choice, I would always take a cheeseburger. Favorite drink in the morning? Oh, well, you know, that's going to be coffee. And I like a lot of flavored creamers. Right now, I'm really favoring a caramel creamer that's made with almond milk. Okay, favorite food. Ooh, goodness, my favorite food. Boy, that is a hard one. You know, usually when I'm asked this question, I jump to, I like beef stroganoff, right? That's like, it's got to be one of my favorites of all time. But then I had a version of beef stroganoff once when I was a kid, a few times when I was a kid. When we had some hunters in our church that would trade venison for like different services, if it was fixing a computer or babysitting or whatnot. So we ended up with venison a lot, and I had venison stroganoff a few times. And oh my goodness, sometimes I dream about that stuff. Oof. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Yeah, venison stroganoff, favorite food. Can I do 100 push-ups? No, probably not. No. My favorite season. Oh goodness, favorite season. I'm torn between fall and spring, because they're in that mild transition phase, so you're not out there sweating and you're not out there freezing. I'm gonna say fall, because the collars, the smells, as people start their chimneys, their fire pits up, so you get the wood fire smell, you get the collars, you get the aesthetic. Everybody's looking forward to Thanksgiving and these harvest festivals that all happen at that time. It's just, it's great. Yeah, I like it. I'm gonna say fall. Let's see, my favorite hobby. You would think it would be retro video games, like playing them, but it seems like I have more fun hunting them down than I do playing them, and I do play them. But when I'm out on the road and I'm working and I'm just in different cities all the time, and I'm just like, it's like candy. Oh, there's a thrift store there. There's one over there. If you're in one city for long periods of time, you kind of have scoured out the thrift stores, and you can't really go back to them for a week or two until they get some new stuff in. But when you're driving around all the time, it's like treasure hunts all over the place. So I'm gonna say thrift store hopping. Yeah, realistically, that's what it would be. That's the hobby that I spend the most time at, and I find myself impulsively doing all the time. Thrift store hopping. Yeah, and if I'm able to find really good deals on retro video games, that feeds the other hobby of collecting retro video games. Do I have any tattoos? No, I do not have any tattoos, and that's actually for religious reasons. I was raised very conservative, and we didn't believe in like any kind of scarring or marring of your skin, because that was desecration of the temple. That your body is a temple, and you aren't to desecrate it purposely, disfigure it in any way that meant tattoos and also piercings. Do I wear glasses? Yeah, I kind of do. Do I have any phobias? I don't know if you could call it a phobia, but I have a strong distaste to meeting strangers. And that seems weird, right? Because I have a job where I do that all the time. But when I'm in my booth, I'm kind of in my own territory, I feel like. This is my territory. And I won't sit like right up near the front of the booth most of the time and try to, beckon people in and talk to people. That just, I can't stand doing that. I will sit further back in the booth, and I put out lots of examples and prices, and I wait for people to kind of look, oh, well, you know what, we haven't had that done in a long time, and they start to look interested. Then I'll go out and go up and ask them, do you have any questions? And even then, I'm still very conflicted. Usually I don't warm up to anyone until they've sat down and I've started on the drawing, and then I will ask them, where are you from? And I start to get to know them a little bit, because I've got 10 to 15 minutes with this group, so I might as well talk to them a little bit. But it's that initial, I can't stand it. I can't stand trying to talk to total strangers. And back when I first started as a caricature artist, it was a real problem, because it was just like, you could even see it whenever I would do a long, like, hair that went from the top of somebody's head all the way down, or a jawline. You could actually see the line quiver a little bit, because my nerves were just jumping so much from all of this interaction with total strangers. That I kept at it. Now I'm okay at it. I don't know if I'm ever going to be like totally over it, but I don't like going out in public and people You know, if I sneeze, they say God bless you, or bless you, or try to greet me right as I come through the door, or, you know, if they're passing by and they think they're in my personal bubble, they have to say excuse me. I don't. Why initiate contact with total strangers? Every time you do that, you're risking it. Okay. I don't know if you can call that a phobia, but it's definitely a strong dislike. Yeah, okay. Where was I at? Nicknames. You know, no, I've had a few people that called me Ash. But still, that is a nickname that starts to sound like something else if you call it from a long distance. Or it just simply can't be called from a long distance, so it doesn't really work that well. My middle name is, well, you know what, I probably shouldn't say that, because there's always a chance I could get doxxed if I give my full name. No nicknames. I mean, I've pretty much been known as Ashley as far as I know. Let's see, nicknames. Favorite candy. You know what, my favorite candy... It was one that I actually tried on one of my Trying Weird Foods videos. And it's called Giant Nerds. It was like these giant nerds that... they were the size of M&M, or like peanut M&Ms. They were big. And they had that hard nerd shell on the outside, and the inside was chewy. I'm starting to... Oh, man. Yeah, I got to where I really liked those. I tried them once for a video, and then I ended up buying bag after bag of them. And I had to give those up, too, at the beginning of the year when I started trying to lose weight. But I don't even know if they still have them. It was a Dollar General thing. I remember seeing them a lot there. Do I believe in ghosts? No, I don't believe in ghosts. Because I do believe... there's a scripture that says that once a person has died, they are not able to interact with the living. It's just not done. You know, it's like a law of nature almost. The dead cannot interact with the living. That is, unless you go through supernatural means like witchcraft. And so I do believe in seances. I believe that there are ways to conjure and to use dark forces to speak to the dead, but if you're not doing any of that, if you're not doing any conjuring or seances or anything like that, and you're just walking around normally minding your own business, no. There's no way a ghost can interact with you. I just don't believe it's possible. I do believe there are supernatural beings that that you'll catch glimpses of and see, you know, but I believe those are just simply demons. Posing as ghosts much of the time. I do believe in supernatural things, but I don't believe that ghosts interact with people that are just minding their own business. No, don't believe in that at all. Let's see, ghost. My biggest downfall. Oh, my biggest downfall has got to be that I'm a terrible procrastinator. And that's like it. If there's something that I'm supposed to be doing, but it causes me anxiety to do it, then I will go out of my way to avoid doing that thing. And a lot of times that's important stuff like paperwork and answering emails and stuff like that. And so sometimes I just got to give myself a day to get psyched up, and then I've got to like force myself to get in there and just make it happen. But I put stuff off way longer than they should be. Do I prefer rain or snow? I'm going to say rain. Because rain, at least you can drive through, and snow gets you stuck. Alright, do I have any piercings? Again, no. How old am I? I am 39 years old. I'll be 40 in February. So, about to hit that lordy, Ashley's 40 kind of age. Ugh. I'm about to where I'm at you know, I found my peace with it kind of thing. Do I prefer fries or onion rings? You know, I'm going to say fries, because I found that onion rings are just exceedingly greasy. And so, like, usually if I get onion rings, I eat like 2 or 3 of them, and I just know that if I eat any more, I'm going to end up feeling sick. So, And I really like when a restaurant has a variation on fries. Instead of just doing white russet potato fries, if you do sweet potato fries or yucca fries or some other variation like that, I am very appreciative of that. I don't... Anyway, do I have any kids? I have Nestor, my cat. Does that count? Other than that, no, I don't have any kids. My favorite color. Or color. My favorite color is brown, believe it or not. That's not a common color that most people like, but brown is, it's the color of, you know, stained wood and leather, and it's the color of pets, dogs, cats. It's the color of chocolate. It's the color of coffee. It's the color of earth. It's a soothing color. It's a color that means home. It's anything that you would think of as being, you're not at work right now. It's time to just sit back in your armchair and take a sip of a hot beverage and just relax. You're home. Everything that has to do with that is a soothing brown color, at least in my case. And so that's why I like brown. Let's see, favorite color. Can you sing? You know, when I was in 3rd grade, I was actually chosen, no, excuse me, 5th grade. Yes, excuse me, 5th grade. I was actually chosen for the school's chorus. And what that was is that meant that you qualified for a more specialized choir that got to leave class and go practice more, and then they would take trips to neighboring schools and do performances. The chorus, right? And I qualified for it. They actually said, you're in the program. You can come to chorus. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. But are you kidding me? Spend more time in a choir singing? I'd rather be doing math homework. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, there was a time in my life when I was told that I could sing, but I had no interest in it because I found it really, really boring. You see, at the time, I think I was in way too many choirs for a little kid. There was the one at school, and then we were singing Christmas carols for a Sunday school choir, and then also during the summer, we all came back to the church, and we did like musicals. And so I was singing in a choir at school during the summer for Sunday school, and it was always the same thing. It was standing in a group and singing the same, 4 or 5 songs over and over and over again, and singing them exactly the same way every time. And the teacher always saying, well, that one was good. Oh, you guys really didn't do very good on that one. Let's try this again. For a little kid, it was torture. Oh my goodness. I remember stopping the teacher once and asking her why we were singing these. This was when we were doing a musical during the summer. It was called Down by the Creek Bank. And I asked the Sunday school teacher, why are we doing this over and over? We've done this so many times. She said, that's so that kids, y'all learn the words. I said, I knew the words before I even got here, because we actually have the record. This was a final record. It was those days. And she's like, okay, well then recite all the words to the song. I think at the time we were singing Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he climbed up in a sycamore tree to see what he could. I can still remember a lot of the words. And so I did. Without the music even on, I recited the entire song to her, and she just was like, well, okay, not all of them can do that. I'm like, yes, they can. They've been singing it right next to me. Of course, I didn't say that. But it was torture. Oh my goodness, it was so much torture. And so, yeah, just because of that, I've been totally turned off to the idea of singing. Yeah, I don't, no. I mean, maybe I could, but I'm not interested in it. Can you whistle? Yes, I can just do a basic whistle. I can't do that thing where you put your fingers in here and like try to get somebody's attention on the other side of the factory floor. I can't do that. I can do basic whistle. Where were you born? I was born in Cobb General in Austell, Georgia, back in 1981. Do I have any siblings? I have one sister and 2 brothers. And I was the middle between the 2 brothers. I have a younger brother and an older brother. Can you cook? Yeah, I think I can kind of cook a little bit. Number 29. Can you swim? Yes, I can swim. I can't say I'm really good at it. I can do a really good doggy paddle. Yeah, I can swim. Are you religious? Yes. Yes, I am religious. Was raised Apostolic Pentecostal, and I go to church as often as I can. Unfortunately, my job keeps me working on a lot of weekends, so I don't get a whole lot of chances to go to church, but when I can, I do. Showers or baths? Do I prefer showers or baths? Showers. I'm going to say showers. Yeah. Do I prefer the big city or nature? Oh, definitely nature. 100% nature. As a matter of fact, I kind of consider the idea of people living close together in cities as being kind of stupid. Some people are going to be upset because I just said that. You know, I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to leave it in there. Darn it. That's my opinion. The idea of having businesses that are right up against the road and a sidewalk with no parking lot, just thinking that people are going to live butts to nuts close enough that they can just walk right into your business, and they're all up in these high-rises where they're hearing each other and smelling each other's food all the time, and it's just stupid. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And I really kind of feel like that's this idea of living butts to nuts in a big city is part of what made the current situation as bad as it is. Spread out. Give yourself some space. Okay. Are you a good friend? Am I a good friend? You know, that's hard for me to say. You know, in order for me to be a friend with someone, we have to connect on a certain level. And one of those connections is I don't get the idea of picking on someone as an endearment. You know, the whole, hey, you big stupid idiot, how you been? I've never understood that. That rubs me the wrong way when people try to be friendly that way. And that's so common and typical that when I get offended, it's just like, it's kept me from making a lot of friends, let's just say. I think that's a big fault of my own because that's socially just normal, I guess. But the friends that I do have really seem to enjoy when I'm around, so this is a hard question for me to answer. Are you a good friend? I'm going to say probably not. I don't answer text really that quick. Mostly because I don't totally understand why someone would be worried about what my answer would be. I don't feel like I'm significant enough. Yeah, probably not. Probably not a good friend. But I really am appreciative of the friends that do put up with me, though. The ones that actually accept me. Anyway. Have I ever broke a bone? No. Well, no, I'll take that back. I did have a rock fall on my foot, and it hit the end of my big toe bad enough that it bent it, so that the toenail came off, and then when it grew back into my toe. It was ingrown. It didn't seem to matter how I clipped it back and tried to get it to grow back over the top. It would not. So I think my toe was broken at an angle that made it where the nail couldn't grow back straight. So it's possible I could have broken a toe. But I was more the cut victim. I had stitches like 5 times before I was 18 years old. So, no broken bones, but lots of stitches. How many TVs do you have? 1, 2, 3. I've got a couple in storage, about 5. Worst pain ever. Oh, that goes back to the ingrown toenail. Yeah. You wouldn't believe. Because I went for a long time, because the health care that my parents had was like an HMO. It was not very good. And they took me into the pediatrician, and they kept saying, well, he needs to wear a sandal, he needs to put Neosporin on it, he needs to cut it this way, he needs to do that. And they kept not doing the surgery to remove the ingrown toenail. And I was just walking around with it getting worse, and it was getting infected and stinking, and it hurt all the time. I remember I would bleed through my sock like every day. And for some reason, my brothers believed that it was my fault, that it was ingrown, and that if I just cut it this way or did this or that to it, that it would fix it. And for some reason, my little brother thought that if he stepped on it with his shoes enough, then that would fix it. And I remember one time, getting ready for church, I was completely barefoot, and he already had his shoes on, and he came by and raked the top of my toe so bad it took the skin off the top of my toe, on top of it being ingrown, infected, and it had been that way for a long time. And that pain was worse than any other pain I've ever had in my life. That day. Yeah, it was really, really bad. Finally, we got it fixed, though. That toe is still hideously ugly. Let's see. Where was I at? Venture showers, broken bones, worst pain ever. Do you like to dance? No, I don't like to dance. Sometimes I'll do it, and if I'm in a really good mood, and I do it purposely silly because I don't know any other way. I don't know technically the right way to dance. I've never had any formal dance classes or anything, so yeah. Do you like to camp? Now, I live in a camper, and I have for a long time. Well, I'm here in the studio now, but most of the year I'm in a camper. So the idea of leaving the camper to go get into a tent and cook over a fire instead of using a Coleman cooker, it feels like I'm camping all the time, and I'm just like one step away from camping anyway. So, I just kind of don't see the point in it. It feels like regular life to me at this point. Am I weird? Yeah, I would say I'm probably pretty weird. Alright, so that's it. There's a 40th question, and that is not actually a question. It's just a request that I tag people, tag friends. It's saying 6 friends, but I don't see doing that. I'm going to tag 4, and I've decided on the 4 that I'm going to tag. I'm tagging Big Joe and Malia. You have been tagged. If you haven't done the 40 question challenge yet, you are now tagged to do it. That also goes for the NDT show. The NDT show. This guy came by and got his drawing done just the other day. Had a great conversation with him. Subscribe to his channel. You should go check him out. The NDT show. You have been tagged. And I'm also going to tag Odin Von Zero, OVZ. You have been tagged. And also one that I just met at the stadium, Smoky Stadium, the other day. Fleeing Monotony. Fleeing Monotony is, I went ahead and subscribed to her. She's a camper travel channel, and right now they've only got like 45 subscribers. So, but they've only been at it for a few months, and as far as I can tell, they're really killing it. They're doing a good job, and so I have a feeling they're going to be up at 1,000, like within the next year at least. So catch them on the upswing, guys. Go and see Fleeing Monotony, and they have also been tagged. So that's it. All right. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up like button. Let me know that you liked the video. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and ring the bell icon so you'll be notified of all of my future updates. Talk to you down in the comments, and look forward to seeing you in the next one.